Ahoy there! It's R2 of the Iron Fleet and K127 and 193. I'm going to go over some of the changes that have happened. I've noticed a lot of returning players that are they quit before they freed us from the seats or the 2.0 gear or dragons, and are having some difficulties adjusting to the new reality of the game. Um, I'll say obviously the biggest change is going to be either freeing us from the seats or dragons. And, when they finally freed us from the seats, I say there's Last Hearth, my current seat. Um, but my keep is now on the map, so I get to go and rally and attack people with all the bonuses that come from my seat. Um, I've got all my Lord's bonuses, even though I'm not stuck in the seat anymore, which was a huge advantage there for a little while. I mean, it still is a big advantage. That has been a little bit negated or balanced out at this point by the dragons. Properly done dragon talents. Um, make it that much harder to zero anything now. For a while there, it was 30 mil was pretty much nothing. Now it's an undertaking. You need 2 or 3 teams to be able to take care of it. You know what I mean? Um, it makes it that much more difficult for some uh, for us more defensive players. Um, I do include myself in that group, even though I do love to make fire. Um, but it's that's definitely been a huge game changer. Of course, the 2.0 gear. Uh, I'm gonna say we'll look at this one here. This is my lead circlet is a level 25. This is one of the random miscellaneous gears that you can make. One of the original ones before they started coming out with the set gears. Um, Obviously, it's level 25. It's got 3 attack slots. Um, you look at my oh, pardon me. Titan Helm here, though. My Bravosi Trader's Titan Helm, which is a Season 2. And granted, it is 1 step higher at a level 30 than the level 25 lead circlet, but I've got 4. Oh, good lord. 4 troops stat slots on this piece of gear. So, and as you go up to 40, you get 5. Of course, all this stuff you can also find out on GoTC Tips, which is a great source of information on upcoming events, gear, things that they're coming out with. They're not 100% all the time, but I'd say they're about 95, 98% accurate on what's coming out. Their timing is usually a little bit off, but the info is spot on. Um, Also, the specific mobs that are weak against specific troops. So this one's an infantry mob. It's weak against ranged troops, and it's strong against cavalry troops. So you're able to hit higher levels of type specific mobs than regular caravans or creatures on the map. See, there's an archer one. The archer one is strong against infantry and weak against cavalry. And of course, your cavalry one, that would be weak against infantry and strong against archers. Um, just a few things that have made it better. Of course, the whole redesigned gear forging here is much easier now than it was before. Um, with your materials, equipment, event gear, and your recipes all right there, makes life that much easier, and much more intuitive. Also with the search function, the filter function, where you can filter out what quality and what stats specifically you're looking for, or general kind of, you know what I mean. definitely makes it a whole lot easier now than it was back in March, April of this year. Um, of course, gifts. I mean, gifts are great. We don't have any at the moment, but your gifting um, is a wonderful thing. You know what I mean? Now, when people buy packs in your Allegiance, everybody gets a gift. Of course, depending on the size of the pack, how much money you spent. The more you spend, the bigger the gift. Um, the locking banner slots, also something new. A beautiful thing they should have had since the beginning. Um, I'll say your dragon talents also help with. I mean, the dragon just helps all around with your training, your troop stats, etc., etc. And again, if they're properly talented, you've done your talent tree correctly. They're also just make your troops that much stronger. Of course, I highly recommend doing the entire hatchling tree first and foremost, and then from there it's kind of more what you're going to use your dragon for. Um, as for what talents you go for then. But this has been really just kind of a quick walkthrough. Oh, we also have, of course, I forgot the gear slots, gear loadouts. Makes facilitates switching gears so much easier. Um, and of course, your army formations. Um, for when you go to attack. Of course, in my opinion, more is always better. But I mean, you send your dragon to a march. You know, you can have up to four different, completely different sets of troops. And of course, you can have a different pawn for each one. Um, that is, I'll say that's pretty much all that I can think of at the moment. Um, if I find more, of course, I'll always make more videos. If you like what you see, support me at Ko-fi, R2 Crow's Eye, same name, capital C, capital E, R2, obviously the letter and the number. Anyhow, this has been R2 Crow's Eye of the Iron Fleet in K127 and 193. Fair winds, calm seas, and don't get zeroed.